Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're getting into a story that is really just an intense case study in extreme highs and, well, devastating lows.
It really is.
We're talking about the journey of entrepreneur Alex Hormozi. And this isn't just a simple success story. It's a narrative laced with, spectacular failures, hope, and of course,
The controversy.
yeah,
The scrutiny that always comes with that kind of massive success.
exactly.
That's absolutely right. Our sources frame this as a classic underdog tale, but, it's one where the underdog was also fighting his own internal demons and some really brutal external betrayals.
So what's our mission here for you, the listener?
I think our mission is to move past the hype, really. We want to extract the portable lessons, the universal principles on resilience, on wealth creation, from a path that our sources call, and I quote, riddled with controversy.
It's about understanding how deep adversity can forge greatness.
Precisely.
Okay, so let's unpack this from the very beginning. Right after college, Hormozi is basically standing on the edge of a cliff, as one source put it.
A really vivid description.
Yeah, he had this whole future meticulously laid out for him, a consulting career, guaranteed stability, and instead, he makes this seismic rupture with his past.
He completely abandons that security for the total uncertainty of launching his own thing.
And that rejection of the safe path, it was deeply personal, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. He was raised in a family with extremely high expectations. So this gamble, it wasn't just a financial risk, it was a direct affront to his father's trust, to the values his family held.
So the stakes were immediately higher than just money.
Way higher. He was trading guaranteed comfort for just wild uncertainty.
And it's not like he got an immediate win. Reality hit him, and it hit him fast.
Right. He starts in multi-level marketing, then quickly pivots to the gym business and his very first gym venture.
It just collapses spectacularly.
It wasn't a slow fizzle either. It was a harsh, immediate failure that put him in a really desperate spot.
And this failure, it gives us that really memorable image of his lowest point, his personal nadir.
The futon.
The futon. He's broke, no stable place to live, crashing on a friend's futon.
And it's in that darkness that he asks himself this really profound, very relatable question. Is this how dreams die?
He didn't just taste defeat, he was like marinating in it.
And that period of being completely stripped down is so critical to understanding his perspective later on.
What's so fascinating, though, is the contradiction. He doesn't stay down. Success actually comes pretty quickly after that.
It does. By age 24, our sources confirm he owns multiple gyms. He's the CEO for several agencies. From the outside, he's crushed it.
He is the definition of success.
But our sources paint a much, much darker internal reality. That success, it wasn't freedom, it was a crushing burden.
He built it all so fast.
So fast, the stress was immense, the weight of all that obligation, it paradoxically brought him chains instead of stability.
And this internal pressure cooker, it just explodes when personal tragedy strikes. This is where the story stops being just about business.
Yeah, this part is really tough. His personal life gets hit hard. A severe accident leaves his mother fighting for her life.
And that despair, combined with the business pressure, it led to a total breakdown.
We should pause here because this isn't just a setback. This is a complete collapse, everything hitting him at once. That despair leads to a reckless night.
He's drinking, he crashes his car.
And ends up in jail. The consequences are immediate, they are profound. He loses his freedom at the exact moment his family needs him the most.
And if that wasn't the absolute bottom, the financial catastrophe follows right on its heels.
A double betrayal. It's brutal.
First, his business partner gets indicted for fraud.
And then, almost immediately after, he discovers the second betrayal. All his money, all the operating funds.
Just gone. Vanished from their joint account.
And what's so wild here is the totality of the loss. He didn't just lose a bad investment, he lost everything. The liquid cash he needed just to operate.
So when all of that is gone, the money, the status, the reputation, his freedom, what's actually left?
What remained was an anchor. And the sources really emphasize this was the critical moment, the pivot point.
His now wife and business partner, Layla.
She was his rock. Our sources highlight her incredible, just unshakable loyalty. They quote her making this powerful promise.
I would sleep with you under a bridge if it came to that.
I mean, can you imagine hearing that? That wasn't just supportive talk. That commitment became a foundational principle for him.
And that partnership, that anchor, it allows him to pivot from being a victim to creating something new.
He doesn't drown in self-pity, and then the opportunity just, it kind of arises by accident.
A desperate gym owner who sees Hormozi's expertise despite him being financially ruined, offers him $6,000
$6,000.
just for his advice, for his knowledge.
And that's it. That's the aha moment.
He realizes he's not selling treadmills or physical space anymore. He's selling the immense value of the lessons he learned through all that pain and failure.
This is the idea of portable wealth. And it is a massive takeaway for you, the listener. Skills, lessons. That is wealth that can't be stolen.
Right. Can't be seized by creditors or wiped out in a disaster.
It's the one asset that survives total loss because it's in your head, not in your bank account.
So he makes this radical shift. From the ashes of his failed gyms, he builds Gym Launch.
He stops running the physical businesses himself and starts teaching other people the exact systems he had perfected. The ad copy, the sales scripts, all of it.
He wasn't selling it cheap.
Not at all. He's selling this expertise for high ticket fees, sometimes up to $16,000 per client. He transforms his own fate and the futures of thousands of other entrepreneurs.
So let's connect this to the big picture, because the scaling was just explosive.
It was. He used a licensing framework, which was genius. He didn't have to staff or manage 4,000 gyms.
He just licensed the blueprints. That's how Gym Launch scaled to over 4,000 locations in just 4 years. That is insane growth.
It's hyper efficient. And that pace leads to immense visibility. He goes on to found and scale 3 more companies, passing $120 million in sales.
And his brand was built on this transparent storytelling, right? His willingness to share the betrayal, the vulnerability.
The whole grig it all way philosophy, that became his foundation.
But when you scale that fast, you don't just get attention, you get intense scrutiny. And we have to be really impartial here and report what our sources highlight.
Absolutely. The sources note that his rise wasn't universally celebrated. Critics point specifically to his close ties with some controversial figures in digital marketing.
People known for high-pressure sales funnels, those kinds of things.
Exactly. Promises of rapid, sometimes extreme, client acquisition.
There are also accusations detailed in our material that his methods, while they work, can sometimes fuel unethical agency practices.
Right, practices that might prioritize speed over long-term client results.
And then there's the skepticism about the content itself. Some claim he borrowed fundamental ideas, maybe without enough credit, from giants in the field.
People like Gary Halbert, a legend in direct response copywriting, or Sam Bakhtiar in the fitness business space.
So this raises a really critical question that the sources want you, the listener, to ask. Does this kind of impactful innovation inevitably spark this debate?
It's a great question. When you package successful ideas for a mass audience, are you building on a foundation or are you just borrowing a blueprint? It really forces you to think about the price of massive visibility.
Shifting gears a bit, away from the business friction, let's talk about what the sources frame as maybe his most profound achievement, which wasn't financial at all.
It was deeply emotional, the reconciliation with his father.
The relationship had been silent, estranged for years, ever since he abandoned that expected path.
And the sources say that after years of silence, his father called him. A phone call just filled with sadness and regret, and Hormozi chose forgiveness. He healed that original wound.
And our sources frame that healing, that forgiveness, as a triumph far greater than any amount of money.
It suggests that true internal peace, repairing those deep family rifts, that's the real summit.
So after all that, what does this whole complex journey mean for the learner? It seems to boil down to 3 universal principles he talks about.
Yes. The first, and maybe the most practical one, is that skills survive when money and status disappear. That portable wealth is the ultimate insurance policy.
The second is a powerful testament to loyalty. True partners, they stand firm, whether you're on marble floors
or sleeping under a bridge. That anchor is the difference between surviving a total loss and being consumed by it.
And finally, that value comes not from what you lose, but from what's left over that you can generously share.
His commitment to giving away his processes became his brand. It proves that generosity isn't a cost, it's actually an accelerator.
What's fascinating is his final measure of success. He says it isn't the zeros in your bank account,
but the zeros you help others add to theirs. It's all about the ripples you create, the impact you have.
That is a powerful synthesis. The ultimate lesson seems to be that your greatest asset isn't what you own, but what you become through enduring crisis and then choosing generosity.
That's it, exactly. It's like your life is a gym. Each challenge, each betrayal, it just adds more weight to the barbell. And the real question is, do you let it crush you?
Or do you build the muscle to lift it?
And in doing so, help others lift theirs. This entire deep dive is, I think, a forceful reminder to embrace those battle scars and use them, not as excuses, but as wisdom.
Indeed. We'll leave you with this final thought to explore on your own, building on that powerful metaphor of battle scars and loyalty.
What is the bridge you would sleep under, and who is willing to stay with you there?